Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So I came across an interesting article linking the New York Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks to just an inquiry to see where JT Miller is at. We found out about a week ago that JT Miller was out for indefinite reasons. The club released a statement that he was to take an indefinite leave for personal reasons. The organization released a statement that they're in total support of him, and they didn't release any further comment as to what's going on. But, when this typically happens, sometimes it is a player dealing with a certain situation, not really has to deal with any sort of trade request or anything, but it came weird as it came not too long after Rick Tocchet benched JT Miller in a game in the third period. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Not much has came out after that. There's been a bunch of rumors, but nothing has been solid, solid reasoning as to why. But there's an article that came across linking possibly JT Miller to the New York Rangers. This has been a name that's been linked to the Rangers since 2022 when the Rangers were trying to bring back JT Miller at that trade deadline, but at that summer he signed a long-term extension with the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. The Vancouver Canucks and JT Miller are a combination that works hand in hand. I love the way he plays with the Canucks, and I'm sure 99% of the sure that he'll definitely go back to the Vancouver Canucks, but the timing of the benching and this is a bit odd, but there is situations where players deal with stuff behind the scenes and they need to take that break away from the game. But let's talk about the article and how it connects to the New York Rangers. Please stay with me throughout. So Elliott Friedman a couple of days ago tweeted out that in the aftermath of the 6-2 loss to the Oilers, the Rangers have made it very, very clear that they are interested in making moves and shaking up their roster. Among the names indicated were Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba, although other options will be considered. The Rangers lost their last 4 games. They lost to the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, the St. Louis Blues, and the Carolina Hurricanes. So a move is possibly coming, but sometimes, sometimes teams can get out of it, these slumps, by just having one good game. Maybe it takes a bit of roster shuffling, but the Rangers are dealing with injuries to Philip Hedl and, Chris Kreider now as of 11/25. So, curious to see what happens with this. They have a looming situation dealing with Igor Shesterkin's new contract coming up soon, so he wants a bit more money that I will do a video on coming up soon. But, with this, it's interesting because the article linked JT Miller in a trade with the New York Rangers for Mika Zibanejad. Mika Zibanejad is having an off year. Looking at Mika Zibanejad, he's 5th on the team in points. He currently has 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points in 21 games played. 31 years old, center, listed at $8.5 million against the cap until the year of 2030. And that's where it kind of makes sense with JT Miller. JT Miller is signed on until 2030 as well, making $8 million with his cap hit as well. And he's having a productive year this year. 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points in 17 games. Chris Kreider is one of those names mentioned, but, with him being out and Miller being out, that could be a possibility, but the Rangers have to go contract for contract as they don't have a lot of cap space available. And Kreider is making less than Miller. He's currently against the cap for $6.5 million until 2027. He's older of the 3 players that I mentioned at 33 years old, and, who wouldn't want a winger that could score 52 goals, 36 goals, 39 goals, so Chris Kreider is one of those big body forwards that does produce in the offseason. Any team would want him, but just the question is, what is it going to cost else for the New York Rangers to add to make that trade happen with the Vancouver Canucks? Again, there is no speculation to this trade. It's not a trade rumor. It's just talks that are going on with Chris Drury and the Vancouver Canucks, and let's get to that. So the Rangers have recently inquired, we're in quotes, with the Vancouver Canucks about the trade possibility of JT Miller. A league source told Arthur Staple and Peter Baugh, I apologize for saying that wrong, of The Athletic. Discussions have likely taken place in the last week or so with Chris Drury when he put an open business sign on Monday. Especially with Elliott Friedman's tweets about Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba. Now, both players do have Zibanejad and Miller have no trade clauses, so they would have to okay any trade to go elsewhere. But again, the Rangers have expressed interest in JT Miller back in 2022 when they were trying to bring him back for a playoff run at that trade deadline. So it's an interesting scenario because the years of the players' cap hits and contracts work out. The salary cap kind of works out with these two, both centers. So it does make sense with Mika Zibanejad and JT Miller. But the question is, you don't know what's going on with Miller. They haven't said much, but, with them, of course, and teams will do due diligence this time of year when there's struggling going on. It's either a coach, which I doubt the Rangers are going to relieve their coach, which Peter Laviolette is a great coach, but a move will happen here. So just a question of, is it going to be a small move? Is it going to be a big move like this? Because a big move of players like this can take a while for it to come across. But interesting to do a video on. I just want to see what you fans think of this. What do you fans of the Rangers and the Canucks think about this? I know a lot of Canuck fans are going to say we're not trading Miller, which I highly agree with. I don't think the Vancouver Canucks will trade JT Miller, but you never know what's going on behind the scenes. And when teams start to inquire, maybe they know more about what's going on than the average NHL fan. So comment below. What do you think about this? What do you think a trade would work out with these two teams? Comment below and let me know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so and subscribe to the Hockey Skate Down. It's free. And join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.